I remember Karabatic stepped up, playing really hard as well.
Slowly I'm changing image of you, but okay.
The history behind it is a little bit interesting as well, because we lived in the same house.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
Van Nijtenberg are the champions of Europe. Put something here. She has a game. Across the keeper. What a comeback!
Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk handball again. And for today's episode, I am super excited because we finally have the perfect handball family together today. At first, we have the master in the backcourt. She's always in control, always has the eye for the other players. But when the game's on the line, she is just as clinical as it gets. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Lekic, how are you?
Oh, thank you so much once again. Really good. I mean, happy to join again and to join the show. We have a very special guest today, so really looking forward. And thanks for an amazing introduction, as always.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you are right now in Stuttgart. Just for transparency reasons, we are already recording end of November. It doesn't make too much sense to talk with you about the Euro right now because the World Championship, because as we are publishing, most of it will already be played. But just a little look into your feelings right now. How do you feel ahead of a tournament in the new position?
I mean, yeah, some anxious moments, but I mean, feeling privileged, grateful to be here. I mean, it's a bit strange standing by the court, not on the court. So, I mean, I'm getting used to it. I have to say it's a bit tough, but still, you know, it's one more challenge to face. And I am feeling happy, honestly, feeling happy.
That is good to hear. That is good to hear. We hope and wish the best for you. That is for sure. But that's not the center of today's episode. We want to continue with our perfect handball family. We have the king on the wing with his low center of gravity. He eliminates his opponents with speed and precision. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Thomas, how are you?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good. And so happy to be here among Handball family. Listening to Andrea, if she's already happy after just a few months after her retiring, I envy her a lot because it's been 5 years since I retired and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know. So, so I'm happy for her.
So you're saying there's a way back?
Yeah.
Huh?
So you're saying there's a way back? Well, not as a player,
surprise.
but in what form whatsoever?
That's still unknown.
Okay. Then we are gonna leave it unknown for today because we want to do the full cycle. We have the backcourt, we have the wing, and of course we need to cover the line as well. He's the friendly guy next door who turns into a monster when there's something to play for. You love him on your team, you hate him when you're facing him. He is as good as it gets when it comes to when you're searching for Norwegian line players. Ladies and gentlemen, Bjarte Myrhol, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you, and I'm pleased to join your show. Looking forward to it.
So just right now, I'm looking into your background. It looks like you're in the Rocky Mountains. Where you calling us from?
It's from my house in Norway, and it's actually a basketball court down back there.
I didn't hear well, but okay.
But if we...
Yes, we can see goal also.
What a flex, man.
Both hockey, basketball, and ice hockey. So we are ready to give the kids everything they need to play.
So all of that in your backyard, you're already going for Project Olympics 2040, or what's the goal?
No, but it's actually something I like really much and like to invest in to see kids play. And right now it's a bit cold outside, but normally it's 2 to 5 kids playing almost every second of the day. So that's a good sign.
Are you also turning your backyard in an ice hockey court
Field
in winter?
Yeah, it can be done. So let's see if it gets cold enough. So then I will spray some water on it and try to get ice skates as well.
And this is Norway, my friends. You know.
I will invite myself to try that one.
Yeah, it's amazing. Victor, where's your ice rink, hockey field, and 5 kids in the backyard?
It's in the mall when where I can go and just enter indoor places, not as you know beautiful as in Norway, which is a country that I love. I don't know if you know Bjarte, but my wife is from Norway.
I know that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not as lucky as him, but I think that if we ask Bjarte about the weather in Spain, he's also a little bit jealous about me.
It is a good topic here because end of November and the sun is still shining. How much sunlight is there actually right now in Norway?
Yeah, we have maybe 1.5 more hours before it turns dark. So
But that's okay. I expected it to be a lot worse around this time. To touch it a little bit already, you live in Sandefjord, right?
yeah,
So
it's down south.
yeah.
So if you go to the northern part of Norway now, it's not so much sun.
Yeah, fair enough. But there's a lot of northern lights going on right now for you.
Not down here,
Okay.
but we have seen it, and it's getting. I don't know if it has to do with the climate changes or what's the reason, but we are going to see more and more northern lighting in the south as well.
That sounds beautiful. But coming from the Northern Lights, we want to start to talk a little bit, or basically a lot, about you and your career today. And as Victor is sitting here with you in the podcast, I'm not entirely sure, but it should be the last game that you guys played on club level against each other. Champions League quarterfinal 2013-14. Am I right in that?
Probably yes.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
yes. Yeah.
There weren't too many touching points on the court, I reckon. But Victor, how was it to play actually against Bjarte Myrhol?
I don't know if he remembers, but in these quarterfinals, the first game in Leuven, they just destroyed us. They destroyed us big time, and the best for us was just the result. Going home with under 7 goals was the best because they could have win for 11, 12 goals that day. And I don't know if he remembers, but that game, especially Andy and Uwe, they destroyed us. And Uwe, as you know, Bjarte, he loves to touch the ball, to bounce the ball when he receives the ball the first time in the game. And then I just decided to do something different, to put all the crowd inside the game right away when the game started. And I just decided, the polite thing to do is just to clap your hands with your opponent, when the game starts. And they actually lost the coin toss, and I chose defense. So then I decided, when Uwe will receive the first ball before touching hands, I will just go and smash him, just to put all the people inside. We had to recover 7 goals. I did that. And then they, of course, the referees whistle a foul, and Bjarte came to me just to clap hands in with this face, like happy. Hey, like, come on, man, what the fuck are you doing? And yeah, always playing against him was a pain in the ass because he was a very pivot who likes to run, who likes to be very on the line behind the defense, also blocking and taking the position. But it was a very, very uncomfortable line player to play against because he was all the time moving, and it looked like he never got tired, and it was like, what the hell is this guy doing during 60 minutes? It was just crazy.
So do you remember that situation, Beate?
Yes, I remember. I remember the two games. It was not long time ago. I wanted to show my son, my oldest son, the first leg, Victor, because I remember I played pretty well that game. So I found it on YouTube. I think I made like 9 goals or something like that. So it was a big evening for me, and I was so looking forward to showing my son how good I was back then. And then Uwe Gensheimer made 10 goals in 20 minutes, and my son didn't even recognize me on the pitch. So it was uh, So he was good that evening, Uwe, and the game is also remembered for his special trick shot from the winger that evening. So, but I remember the away game as well, and yeah, it was a close call. One of those games you remember after your career where you could have beaten a really good Barcelona team.
I don't know for you, Bjarte, but for me, I remember that game as one of the toughest games physically that I have ever played. It was very warm in Palau, a lot of emotions, a lot of adrenaline, and I was just super empty for 2 3 days after that game.
Yes, it was amazing, and I remember Karabatic stepped up, playing really hard as well. So that was one of those moments where, as a line player, it wasn't so much in it because it was such a physical game, and when the referees allow that on both sides, it's difficult to be a line player. So um, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm missing something. What was the result in the second leg?
+7 or +8.
should be +7 and away goal rule. That's
Yeah.
why Barcelona proceeded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very, very close. As I said, the
Yeah.
best thing for us in the first game was the result, because we felt they just wiped our asses out of the game.
Well, and I mean, from your perspective, Bjarte, at first, how does it feel to prepare for a game when you know on the other side there's Thomas warming up, there's Lazarov warming up, there's Karabatic warming up, and all the other guys that were on the team, and then eventually knowing, oh well, it was just an away goal that actually put us out here.
Yeah, to play against Barcelona in games that counted for something, it was always two different teams. And to play in the Palau, normally it was sometimes a little bit quiet during the first stages, but when it actually means something, this is a great handball arena. And that evening you could just feel it meant a lot, and the supporters stood behind them, and I give them a little bit of the credit for going to the semifinals as well, because it was a beautiful handball evening.
Andrea, from your perspective, Palau Blaugrana, when a game is on the line and Barca needs their fans, where does it rank among the dirtiest arenas to play in?
I would not say that is among top 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's my feeling. I mean, watching the matches, a lot of men's handball, of course, a lot of one of the favorite duos, him and Andy. So I was watching as much as I could back then. So I was truly enjoying in those games. It was an art of the court. So it's really my pleasure now having an opportunity to talk with you, because I'm the person who likes to play with the line player a lot. So I really loved and I really enjoyed, and it was a hell of a job to stop you two guys. So I do believe that it's also for the opponents, it was a kind of nightmare. And I do believe that, I mean, having the fans like this and talking about the matches historical like that one, I do believe that Victor was one of the nastiest guy in the room. So, I mean, I would not expect this from him, but now when I'm hearing some moments in the latest show, now I'm changing image of you, but okay. But
somehow I just take this as a good thing.
It is.
I will
It
so
is.
much abuse this for the next podcast intro. You can count on that.
Yeah, but yeah. Definitely, because we talked about the arenas in the atmosphere, so Victor didn't say that is one of the top 3 last time. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But then, as you touched the topic of you loving to play with the line player already, Bjarte, from your perspective, playing together with the backcourt, one of the most essential topics for a line player. What are the top 3 decisive things to define a good connection between the backcourt and the line player?
That's a difficult question. We could probably have a whole podcast just on that question. But I like to see line players who are communicating with the back players, and it's actually turning in now that the line player role is actually playing a less and less role in handball. And I do not like that because I see this cooperation as crucial. But this isolation play, what you see nowadays, the most of the line players actually their biggest goal is to create space for the back players. So hopefully it will come back, and I see the teams that are managing to use the line player still has an advantage. So, but to name three things: communication, and game awareness, to understand the game. It's quite easy for me to see line players who understand handball and who are not understanding handball, and to be how do you say it in English? To want the ball. Too many line players are being in positions where they cannot get the ball. So I like to see more line players eager to get in position where they can always be played. So yeah, that was a short.
I have a few questions that I have been thinking about to tell you, and as long as this topic has uh, popped up, I wanted to ask you directly. Would you say that it would be difficult to understand your prime and the top of your career without Andy Schmidt, and the other way around? It would be also hard to understand Andy Schmidt career without you, because I think that both of you gave your prime, your best years to Reineke Löwen, and that connection that you both had and the way Reineke Löwen was playing, it just took the best of both of you.
Yeah, of course, I love to play with Andy. He's one of the most brilliant handball players ever, going to the handball court. So the history behind it is a little bit interesting as well, because we lived in the same house. I lived upstairs, he lived downstairs. We have kids that are our sons are only 3 months apart, so we actually grew up as a family back then, and we talked a lot, and found and came up with the cooperation that was really good. And the good thing about Andy is if you raise your arm or if you try to get the ball somewhere, the ball hits exactly where you want it to be. So it's actually just up to the line player to catch it. And yeah, so he was crucial for my success. I'm not so sure if I was so crucial for his success.
Come
because
on, you were.
Come on.
with
Okay.
everybody.
If a player who is only playing in attack is not saying that the line player is crucial for his career, then he's lying. And Andy is a smart guy.
And he doesn't lie.
Yeah. So I can tell you, you were.
Yeah.
You were, Andy. Bjarte.
Thank you.
Yeah, fair enough. But when did that spark ignite? So I think Andi Schmid, he came to Rhein-Neckar Löwen in 2010. You were there in 2009. Was it like right from the spot? Was it instantly when he arrived that you guys connected?
Yeah, what many people don't remember. Andy actually had a quite hard first year at Rhein-Neckar Löwen, and he didn't play so much. And it was the second year where he just got phenomenal. But during the practice, he needed a line player that was good to get the best out of him as well. So yeah, it was a cooperation, and sometimes during practice we tried different things, but still, if I can characterize myself of something, I think I was a pretty smart line player. I understood the movements, and I understood where the ball was probably coming. So this was a good relationship from the both of us.
Yeah, fair enough. It's interesting because there are so many topics popping up with what you actually just said, but we will come back to that Andy Schmid and Bjarte Myrhol topic a little later on. Let's stay at Andy Schmid's second year at Rhein-Neckar Löwen. That was 2011. And when I say 2011, in the relationship with Bjarte Myrhol, there's a bell ringing, unfortunately, because you had to go through some dark times in your career. You were diagnosed with testicular cancer back in that days. How was that time for you? I can only imagine that once a message like that hits you, that everything changes from one day to another. Or how was it for you?
Yes, it actually did. I never think about it anymore. So it's always it's just with in podcasts or when journalists asks. This is the only
Sorry.
time I. There's no worries, no worries. But I was actually having my breakthrough the year before in 2010, and I went from being a okay Bundesliga player to being to playing at the top level. So I was really looking forward to the season. I practiced a lot, and my motivation was booming. So I was really looking forward to it. And then I just went to the doctor with pain, and then 5 minutes later I got the notice that I have cancer. So it was a shock, and my life turned upside down. But for me, and I'm not lying, for me it was okay. I took it well, but I felt sorry for my wife. So it was really hard for her, much more harder than for me, because I just had to go through everything. She had to be back home and thinking about probably the worst things sometimes. But it was a strange situation to go from being at top level, top form, to lying in in a hospital bed in your own puke because of the medicine. So it was a hard time, but I learned a lot, and I learned extremely much about the recovering period. So I'm not grateful for the illness, but I'm grateful for everything it learned me as a person.
Would you say that this experience somehow changed your mentality towards being an elite athlete? So did it change somehow the way you focused on your career after going through the situation?
Yes, in some ways. I learned a lot about motivation because I was so naive. So I thought I was going to practice during getting chemo. So I went to the hospital, and the German doctors, they were not happy with their patient when he said he wants to go home every evening. And I got the first doses. It took like 5-6 hours, and I was completely wasted. And it was like this for 5 days in a row. So, like I said, went from top form to the worst form ever. I remember I had a checkup in the hospital, and I had to move like 150 meters or something like that, and I just lay down on the floor and I couldn't move. So it was strange for a sportsman to to be in such bad shape. So I had to turn off everything that had to handball. I had to turn off all the thoughts about Rhein-Neckar Löwen. I didn't even watch the games. So I just focused on my health and my recovery, and I was doing that when I was finished as well. So I'm not sure the whole process behind everything, but I remember, and I still can remember the recovery period when I was finished as the period in my life where I was the most motivated about coming back to life, coming back to handball. Yeah, I was practicing 3 times a day, and it was just, I had one goal, and that was to reach the European championship in Serbia. I think it was in Serbia in
2012.
2012. That was my main goal, and I reached it. And I remember going to the head coach during the first round. If we are going on to the next round, I will go home, because I reached my goal and I was totally empty.
So how long did it take for you to come back on the court?
Yeah,
Since the diagnosis?
it didn't take more than, I think it was 5-6 weeks.
Wow.
I only played.
But from being diagnosed until you went
You
back.
came back on the court. How long was that?
Yeah, the treatment took 6 weeks. With every third week was a really hard one, and then it was a semi-hard, and then it was a recovery week. So it was 6 weeks in total. And I played in October, and I was diagnosed in August. And yeah,
That's crazy.
Force of nature. But are you aware? I mean, back then I was 25, and were you aware that everyone was talking about you, how powerful you are, and how big motivation you represent on the court going back then, and how many people look up to you? Because I do remember you playing in Serbia, and that was the moment that everyone was talking about you, like as such a, let's say, motivation.
I mean,
You were, trust me, you were. People were talking a lot, as you know, probably.
That touched me a lot. No, I was not aware of that. I was only. Thank you very much. That was,
You're very welcome, but that's a pure truth. I think the guys also can say that, but I mean, everyone was talking about that literally, and that was a beautiful part. I mean, you show us what is the strength, motivation, and character, and of course, a great medicine team and a great staff behind you, because that's also something what was truly probably amazing. And yeah, you represented, and you represent a true example of a fighter. So yeah,
thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Let's move to another topic.
All right. That is for sure. Then the World Championship is a good topic, or Euro. Sorry, the Euro is a good topic. Then let's move it over to the Norwegian national team here, because I was interested in how it felt for you coming into that Norwegian national team. It was in 2002 when you debuted for Norway, and you came into the national team when the women already had a huge standing in Europe. They were starting their European dominance. I didn't count how many trophies it have been ever since. They were reigning world champions in 2002. How was the standing of the men back then?
It wasn't that good. The reputation and everything around the men's team in Norway wasn't so high, and they had they had a little bit breakthrough in Tunis in 2005 maybe. I was the last player not joining the team, so I was player number it was 15.
17,
yeah, back then. And then they had a little bit breakthrough with Christian Kjelling's prime time, with
Håvard Vetten,
and Howard Witten,
Yes,
both of them
yes, remember him. Yeah.
advertising in
Steinar.
without the T-shirt on, and they were a little bit pop stars back then.
I remember commercials
Yes, it was
from. Yeah.
the pretty boys. Uh,
They were
they
actually.
were pretty,
Yeah.
you have to say.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, it was long and tough years for you in the national team to finally gain some glory. It was in 2017 when the first medal came, 15 years after your debut. How were these 15 years in the national team, and what did you actually do to turn it around? So, what were the keys, the key factors to success there?
It was tough. It was really tough. In 2008, we had a big chance to go to the semifinals. We had a great team at home in Norway with Glenn Solberg and Frode Hagen and Kjelling and Steinar Ege, Frank Løke. It was a great team. And we had another opportunity in I think it was 2010. We were only a goal away from the semifinals again, and then we hit a rough path, and we changed the national team coach to Christian Berge in 2014, and he came in and told us we were going to win gold. So I was being with the national team since 2002. I didn't really believe him. But as a team player, I had to support, but I didn't believe it. And then we had a breakthrough in 16. We reached the semifinals. Only a goal away from a medal there against Germany in the semifinals. And in 17, I think we played some brilliant handball with, and we had in handball. It's like this I see this in handball. I see this in other sports as well. When you get one player that is a little bit better than everybody else, one leader, and we got that in Sargosen. So he just came from nothing and went from being this small, thin, technical Norwegian guy to being the world's best. So it was we were following him, and I have to give him and also Christian Berge a lot of the credit for getting the chance to get a medal with Norway.
I want to come back to that coach's quote that you just said. Well, we are gonna win gold. What happened in your mind then? Were you like, yeah, sure, we're gonna win gold, go team? Or
Look
what
at
was
this
your
one.
reaction?
Look at this one.
Yeah. I'm self-confidence. From my opinion, it is fake if you haven't achieved anything. So if you are Victor Thomas and you play for Barcelona, you have won how many championships and being at the finals every year, you can say we can win gold. But for me to hear from a team that has never reached any semifinal the last 15 years, it was not something to believe in. But the other players did, and that was a good
That was enough.
a good sign. So I just joined them eventually when the results started to come.
I'm not sure if you agree or not, but I think that Christian was a good player himself, and when a person who is the leader of the group is stepping in, showing that much confidence in the group, and he's able to plant a seed in your brain and just put some water on it, with more and more quotes and actions that is showing to the group that he really believes you can achieve a medal. Do you think that he was capable to really make this seed grow inside the minds of the group, and the group really believed that they were capable to do it, and eventually it was not the gold, but you won a medal?
Yes, as a coach, and I know that this myself now, you have to be a little bit like a sales person sometimes. So you have to plant seeds. You have to get the group to believe in your concept. You have to get the group to believe in success together. The good thing when Christian came in, Sander is just as he sets his goals such as high as Christian himself. So he got Sander to believe in it, and everything Sander touched back then actually went to the stars. So it was easy to get the group together when you had both a coach and Sander joining.
Can I ask you something now? What is really interesting for me? Were you the guy who was having the motivational speeches in the locker room or not?
Yes, I did sometimes, but I tried more to go with an example rather than to be the one who's screaming the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe 2-on-2 and 3-on-3, and also during the timeouts, but more leading by example than being screaming and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you like the quote, fake it till you make it?
Yeah, it's if it works for you, it's
Your approach is rather make it until you don't need to fake it anymore, right?
absolutely step by step.
Bjarte, I'm the one who is always, not following the protocol of the interviews, and Bengt is a little bit crazy about me. But I would like to just,
For different reasons, though.
go go a little bit back in your career, and again in the club, in your club, let's say resume. So when you left Norway, you went to Veszprem. Uh, it's a historical club. At that moment when you played there, it was again a historical club fighting for almost everything, but it was not the best moment in Vesprem, if I don't remind wrong. How it was one of the first Norwegian players to go away, which was not in the Bundesliga; it was another league. How did it happen? How did the contact happen? How did you feel playing for one of the most historical teams in Europe? How everything went in Hungary?
Yeah, that's a good trip down the memory lane here now, because we were playing Champions League with Sandefjord, with my club here, and we played against Veszprem, and I played okay, not perfectly, but I was contacted by Chaba Heinal, the old president back then, and I immediately decided to sign the one-page contract and go and to just try. And
It was a blanco, no?
It was a blanco.
If it's a one-page contract.
So I just went. I had no worries back then, and that handball year in Hungary was a big eye opener for me, both in trying to live abroad, but also to learning and understanding handball a little bit more. And we were actually just one goal away from reaching the finals in Champions League. So we had a good team with Carlos and Perez and Lazaro, and I loved being in Veszprem. The thing I loved the most was the fans. So I got really close with them. I feel like I still am. Every time I went back there, they were still cheering for my name, and it was I have to say, the world's best handball fans. We are talking about arenas earlier today, and the old arena in West Brom was something phenomenal. It was a capacity of 2,400 spectators, but I think in the big games it was 4,200. So that was
And a lot of people smoking inside, no?
lots of smoking.
Little number switch never killed nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need to be that precise. But actually, I need to go for the uncomfortable question there. Why was it only a year then?
It was because they signed Cosma, the third line player, and they wanted to keep me, or at least they said me and Cosma, and Jula Gal was also playing, and the Hungarian league was so poor, so we didn't play a lot of good games. And I didn't want to play 20 minutes each game in the Hungarian league, and then you get some good games in the Champions League, but it wasn't so many games as it is now. So it was like maybe 8 to 10 good games a year. So I had the opportunity to go to Germany, and Jula didn't have, at least he said so. I decided to go to play a lot, but I wanted to stay, and I would have loved to stay because West Brom is one of those places where handball is passion, and it's a great place to play.
But I mean, the good news is, as we can hear right now, there's absolutely no bad blood in between you and West Brom. So even though you would have loved to stay, that's just part of the process and part of being a pro athlete. Sometimes things don't go the way that you want them to go, but it led you on over to Germany. You went on to Nordhorn. And eventually later on, you even played in Denmark. So in your resume, we have Norway, Hungary, Germany, and Denmark. So you are the perfect guy to finally answer the question once and for all times. Is Germany the toughest league in the world?
Yes, physically, and mentally, it's the toughest because you play from end of August until the middle of June. And that's quite hard mentally as well. So the season is so long, and it's a lot of traveling away, and all the games are hard. You cannot play lower team and come in with 90%. Then you will probably lose. So it's a tough game, but still. I see a little bit Germany and the German league as the handball mecca because of the atmosphere in every corner of Germany. The handball atmosphere is just so great.
Agree.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just agree,
Fair enough. Is it that why it was a no-brainer for you to come back to Kiel when they rang your phone in 2022?
Yes, Kiel was the dream destination for me throughout my career, and I was very close, just calling Alfred Gislason and asking him to just take me on sometimes, and some years I was actually waiting for that phone call because I saw after Marcus Alm left, it was or should have been maybe a possibility for me to play there. But it never, the phone never came. So when Philip called me, then it was a no-brainer. But I could have played for Barcelona as well, Victor. That was only.
I think Victor didn't like you. Victor didn't like you. I think that was the issue. honestly.
Oh,
Now
oh,
knowing him and he's part of the character, sorry, Bjarte, but
I
I mean,
I would have liked him because he didn't play defense, so he cannot take my place in the run in the fast break like Jesper Nodesbo did.
bravo. Yeah.
So I would have liked Bjarte Myrhol a lot.
No, it was when Trade injured himself.
Uh-huh.
Then Carlos called me, and I think it wasn't. I think it was just
Not right.
details.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. But luckily, the one comeback that you had after you finished your career isn't the only time that you stayed in touch with handball, because the afterlife came, and the afterlife brought you basically back to complete the full cycle. It brought you back to, I listen, Sandefjord? Is that how you pronounce it? Now you are there as a coach. What is so special about Sandefjord? And was it clear to you back then in 2005 when you left that you would come back one day?
The wife, yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes, so I met Charlotte here in 2002, or something like that,
You
and we
better
have.
remember correctly the date. Just be secure in your words. It was 2002.
It was 2002.
Yeah.
At least a year.
We back you here. I remember it from back in the days. Hey, it was 2002. But yeah, then one thing that you said earlier, that the position of the line player does get less important, or did get less important over the years. Do you try to change that within your team? So do you give the line players more importance than other teams would?
That's the generation that is coming into handball now. They do not have the same knowledge or do not have the same playing style as before. So they are more used to this one-on-one and isolation game. So the first month, I really tried to bring in all the ideas, and it was a little bit messy, I have to say, with a lot of technical mistakes. So I turned into a coach that was cheering more for security as well. It hurts to say it, but it's difficult without this this brain, this Anders Schmidt brain that some teams has. No, I haven't managed to give the line players the perfect place to be yet.
But I have a question. Why being a coach?
Excuse me?
Why you decided to be a coach? Is this the first idea when you finished your career, or you just popped up?
Yes, this was also something I discussed a lot with Andy, and it's a time just after ending your career where you have the possibility to get top jobs. But if you wait too long, you have to start at a lower level. So it was either now or like never.
Yeah.
So, and I know I have it in me to get a group feeling and get a team to run together and to go for the same goals. I know I have that in me, but I didn't know what kind of tactical element. So it was new to me, and I was really nervous. I still am. But I'm trying to learn, and I'm also trying to not fake it till you make it. I try to show when I do not know, and be secure when I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, just remember the quote that you dropped today: "Confidence is fake if you didn't achieve anything." So with that, I'm sure you'll move mountains. Nah, I'm just joking here. But yeah, talking about Andy Schmiedelot, talking about teaching people handball, basically brings us back to the topic that I promised earlier, because it's not your only hustle that you're after. You did open up a project, to put it like that. It's called Learning Handball. What is it about? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, me and my brother, during the early years, or 10 years ago, we had a lot of ideas on how to solve world problems. Some of them were good, some of them were not so good, but we had something in common. We wanted to give something back to kids, and yeah, you have seen my backyard now, so I love to see kids play. So we wanted to bring his knowledge and mine together. I think it was actually he that came up with the idea to build a platform to make it easier to be a handball coach. And it's not. There are so many platforms where, for the ones who wants to be the best, but we wanted to build a platform for the grassroots, and that was something that motivated us. So we started that back in 2016, and almost immediately had great success, because I think back then we were first movers on the market. It was never been done before in handball. So we made a platform with the tailor-made training plans. I filmed kids in the arena and put everything together. And Atle, my brother, made the system. So this was the whole day idea behind it, and our biggest goal was to give every child around the world the same opportunities to enjoy handball. And I think, yeah, I think we managed to do so.
So how can they access that knowledge? How can a kid who is like, oh well, I want to learn something about handball. There was that Norwegian line player. He was quite good. I want to learn from him. So how can they do that?
Now it's actually more for the coaches, because I or we see the coaches as the biggest and most important person to get even more kids to play. So so the coaches can go into learnhandball.com, or download the app, and just sign up and try it out. So it's pretty easy. It's not so complicated, and I think the target group that we are trying to reach, it needs to be simple, because we want parents to raise their hand and to say, hey, yes, I want to be a handball coach. I can do that. In a sport that can seem a little bit complicated. Yeah, that's the thoughts behind it.
Cool. One of you still has a question, because I have got one closing question.
I just wanted to say that I heard about the project, and I heard about the great numbers that you're having and how many people are using the platform and the app, and that's a great achievement. I like working with kids. I have my own camp, and I really think it's a blessing what we got from handball as a sport. I think like sharing the knowledge on that way, it's something beautiful. So really amazing thing.
Yeah, and that is what is so cool about it as well, because all the players and all the stars that we have been working with together, they all say the same thing. And I think that this is so amazing about handball, because even though if you are a star like you are, you love to give something back to the kids, and Matthias Gitzel said the same thing when we were filming him. He said, "This is the best photo shoot ever because I actually give something back to the kids." So I think we should be proud about the handball community because there are so many nice persons and so many players that want to give something back to the grassroots as well.
What a great way to make use of your network. I love what you're doing. It's amazing. But there's one thing that was stuck to my mind. You said you started the project in 2016.
Yeah, I did.
You
So
left
it was
Rhein-Neckar-Löwen in 2015. Did you miss Andy Schmid that much that you instantly needed to start something with him?
no, it was a big dream to do something, especially with my brother, to build something. We are both have this startup gene within ourselves. We want to build something from scratch. I cannot build the houses, but I can build teams and projects. And yeah, I think it was just something that gave me motivation. And even though it was long hours, it still is. It's a lot of work behind it as well. But yeah, to see good feedback coming in, and yeah, it's worth it.
Wasn't it difficult to build up all that whilst being a pro handball player?
No, actually not. It's all about being a little bit organized and bringing a team together so I would not say there are too many lazy sports men and women out there. So we have a lot of free time and just put away a little bit of Instagram and Netflix, and you will find the time to do something beside as well.
Mic drop. Pam.
Cool. With that being said, I'm not gonna ask Victor and Andrea what they did with their spare time when they were still active. So we'll end it here on a on a good note. Nah, I'm just joking. Some closing words from you guys. Victor, you may start.
I just want to say, Bjarte, you, as Andrea said, and as we listened your story, I think you were, and listening now, you are a true inspiration. You know, go through a situation like you went through. It was amazing, and the way you coped with it. And from my side, it was always some players that it was a little bit of a mix of emotions because I really liked you as a sportman, but I really hated you as a rival. You know,
Many
because you,
people did.
yeah, yeah, because you were really good. So I just want to say, heads off for your career, for the way you did it, the way you showed yourself to the world playing handball. It was a pleasure for me to share the stage with you, even though it was like rivals, and just very happy to see that you still look like a 20 years old guy, and that you know, this smile in your face, it's always been there. And I really like to see you the way you are. And yeah, thank you for everything.
Likewise, Victor. And even though I don't reach the kneecaps of your career, it was always a pleasure. And I think the three of us would have gone back and doing the same again if we would have the chance to do it. So
Yeah.
it's to all the kids out there that are dreaming, keep on dreaming, keep on pushing the boundaries, and it's worth every minute.
Yeah.
I mean, in my name, I would like to say, I mean, I didn't ask you about one thing, but there is a special moment in your career. How special is when your jersey is withdrawn? It's just hanging on the roof on one hall. I cannot even imagine, and that says a lot about you as being that consistent, and you are being true example to the position you did. And I think for me, as for Victor Bengt, also we are talking. It was beautiful talking to you. A lot of lessons learned, but I especially love the level of your awareness, talking about handball and just, let's say, transferring all your knowledge, and you don't fake it. So for me, that's really enough to really give you all the compliments possible. And I wish you all the best in your coaching career. Now it comes the real stuff and the real challenges, like thinking about many people in the same room. It's a different level of toughness. So all the best from my side.
Likewise.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, it was an amazing talk. So thank you for your openness and thank you for your time. It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you.
Then with that, we'll close it. And once more before Christmas, you guys can tune in when it's time to talk handball again. See you.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start.
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
Van Nijtenberg are the champions of Europe.